I talk to business owners who will sometimes say that they've been trying to build their business for 5 or 10 or 15 years and feel like they still haven't quite figured out exactly what the problem is, but they think they're on the right track. Or sometimes I talk to business owners whose businesses are growing and they feel like they have to solve future problems before they come up. And this a lot of times can leave them frustrated. So today I'm going to talk about how do you solve the problem that you actually have. Hey guys, welcome back. I am Mike Sutton with BeBuildHave.com, and I work with first generation business leaders who are getting burnt out on all the doing and are ready to just start being happy and successful in their businesses. And I talk to a lot of business owners who are, not surprisingly, trying to solve problems in their business. And if they're getting frustrated, if you're getting frustrated, if you're having a hard time figuring out why the solutions you're implementing aren't working, you might not be solving the right problem. If there's a disconnect, there's probably a reason. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today, because it happens a lot. And for some reason, business owners will frequently have this sense that their business is like a giant, complicated Rube Goldberg machine, and that the solution to a problem has to be this thing that'll cascade down into this area and influence this, and then eventually solve the problem that they have. And I think that's really making it much more complicated than it needs to be. So do you have a clear definition of what the problem is? And I think business owners run into two areas here, two problems. Beyond a lot of the emotional stuff that I talk about, if you're trying to get your business to serve some emotional need that you have, then you're going to run into trouble. But setting that aside, because I talk about that in other episodes, I see two key areas. One is business owners are trying to solve the problems that they think they're going to have in the future, but not necessarily the problems that they have right now. Or they focus on what they think is causing the problem that they have and look to solve that in hopes that it will make the problem that they have go away. But both of these create a mismatch. But at the core of it, a lot of times is the frustration that they feel like they need to make better decisions. And like I talked about in, I think it was yesterday's episode, if you didn't watch it, you should check it out. I'll put a link in the show notes. Without changing anything, you could make different decisions, but you can't necessarily make better decisions unless you change the context, change your assumptions. You have to change your decision-making process. So in this from this standpoint, what I really want you to encourage you to focus on is first of all, defining the problem clearly. What is the problem that you have right now? What is the biggest problem in your business right now? And in looking to solve that problem, really focus on what are the areas where you can have the most impact and where you can deliver the most value. And you have to keep in mind that, there's the saying that says what got you here isn't necessarily what's going to get you there. You may be at a point where you have to stop doing some things in your business in order to get the solution to the problem that you want to have. But the bottom line is, stop overcomplicating things. Business ultimately is simple. It's an exchange of value, but we think we have to do all this stuff and we have to have 100% response and perfect customer service and the best price and over deliver on the service and all these things that increase the complexity of our businesses, make it harder for us to find the solutions. When in reality, if we just focus in on where we can have the biggest impact and where we can deliver the most value, that's going to solve most of our problems. The other factor is you might just be too close to the problem that you have, in which case talking through with a mentor or a coach could be a great key to helping you start to gain some insight for some of the solutions that might just be right in front of you and you're too close to the problem to see them. So I hope you got value from that. If you enjoy this message, you might also enjoy my 20-minute guided meditation, which is really designed to help business owners like yourself get in that positive mental mind state, cultivate positive emotional energy, and identify any blocks to success or happiness or wealth that you're holding on to, so that when you go into approaching problem solving in your business, you can do it from that place of positive mental energy. If you want to get a copy of that, you can email me, mike@bebuildhave.com, and I'll send it to you. And I'm trying to grow the show. The only way the show grows is if people like you share it with other awesome people like yourselves. So if you enjoy this message, if you have a favorite episode, find it at bebuildhave.com. You can head over to my Facebook page. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. I'm at bebuildhave everywhere. And share with your friends. Just invite them to come and check out the show. Maybe they'll enjoy it too. Until we speak again, be the person, build the business, and have the successful life that you want. That's not how I start the show. Make the problem that they have go away. But both of these create a mismatch. You just can't stay away. You're sleeping happily on the floor, but once they start shooting, you've got to get in on the action.